Do you think you've gotten enough sleep this past week? Do you recall the last time you woke up feeling energized and refreshed because you slept 8 hours? If the answer is no, I want you to know you're not the only one. According to Centers for Disease Control, sleeping disorders are extremely common in the United States that is now considered a public pandemic. This is very alarming news, and I highly doubt that you are surprised with this fact. College students such as ourselves are very busy people. Some of us have to work full time, some of us have children. Therefore, it is vital that we rest our minds and our bodies. However, a different study shows that on average, college students are sleeping 6 to 6.9 hours. That is basically 1 to 2 hours less than the recommended night sleep. That is precisely why I would like to inform my peers about the importance of sleep. By the end of this speech, students will understand some of the consequences for the lack of sleep as well as what can we do to improve our sleeping habits. First, let's talk about the consequences. There are two main consequences, emotional consequences and physical consequences. In regards to the emotional risks, a person who is sleeping for about 3 to 4 hours regularly might feel more stressed out throughout the day. Also, some mental issues may arrive, such as anxiety or depression. In fact, it was estimated that in 2017, about 17.3 million Americans were diagnosed with a major depression. And what's more surprising is that these numbers have been increasing systematically in the last 5 years. Therefore, a good night's sleep might help reverse these numbers. Furthermore, the development of bipolar disorder may appear. There is also an attentional deficit. In my experience as a college student, I think it's important to stay focused. We have to articulate so much when we do our essays. We have to stay sharp when we do our final exams and quizzes. We have to be focused when we read to really understand the context. Nevertheless, if we continue to deprive ourselves from sleep, we won't function properly. Aside from the mental issues, there are also physical consequences. Did you know you can be seen as a threat to society when you don't sleep? Recent studies shows that sleep deprivation is a major contributor to car crashes in the United States. Other physical other physical consequences can be the increasement of weight, which ultimately may lead to diabetes. And I know that this information, all these consequences may evoke some concerns. Some people are really struggling with sleeping. They can't simply close their eyes and go to sleep. And so, for those concerns and for those people, I have gathered some of tips from former professor of sleep medicine at Harvard Medical School, Stuart Kwan. On his first tip, he says that we should not consume caffeine after 1 p.m. One of the things that we as college students do often is sleep coffee almost every morning. But the thing that we sometimes do not know is that caffeine lasts up to 7 hours in our system. And so, taking that into account, we should not consume after 1 p.m. On his second tip, he says that our bedroom should be cool. If you have an air conditioning system at home, it is better to set the thermometer at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, we should make a sleep friendly environment, which it means that after after our desired time to go to sleep, we should switch to a dark mode all electronics such as computers, cell phones, and TVs. And last but not least is to make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself. Be honest to yourself and abide by your commitment. As a college student, I really understand the struggle, and sometimes it's hard to go to sleep early because of the overload of activities that we have to do. However, we should always keep in mind that without a good night's sleep, we won't function properly. And so far we've covered some of the consequences that may arrive when we don't sleep regularly, as well as some tips to help you enhance your sleeping routine. In the final analysis, I would like to I would like to say that whenever you are thinking in staying up late, remember that with a good night's sleep, we can be more patient, more compassionate, and more understanding, and ultimately will be a better world. Thank you.